US dollar, Japanese yen. What did I tell you? They're going to take profits on longs. They reached highs of 223. Maximum size was 237. Told you they were going to have to close out some of their positions. And look what we have here. How's it going, fellow traders? Magic Trader here, and this is your latest CFTC data that was reported on July 23rd, 2024. Welcome back, welcome back. Hope you guys have been doing well and doing well with your trading. I got another good one for you. And let's start by taking a look at the snapshot of the positions held by the big institutions as of July 23rd. And as I always like to do, I like to look at the change column. And that gives me some insight as to what the institutions were doing over the last week. And we can see big numbers here. We can see USCAD, very positive, big positive move. US dollar, Japanese yen, big bearish move, huge bearish move. Now, haven't we talked about how they've been reaching a maximum size on longs and they'd have to take profits on those longs, and that was going to fuel a move to the downside? Yes, there we have it. Now, let's look at the other big one. Look at that, S&P 500, bullish, major bullish move. Positive 110,000, that's humongous. All right, well, let's start by taking a look at the positions on gold. And first thing we can see is that they are reaching an aggressive size here, okay? That's one thing. They're reaching an aggressive size. Look, 349,000. 341,000. Yes, maximum size is 408. Could they still add? Yes. But the thing is, when you're talking about what the pressure is, whether downside pressure or upside pressure is more prominent with price action right now, I would have to go with the downside pressure is absolutely more prominent. Why? Well, because upside pressure requires buying. They've already done that. Obviously they have. That's why price got up to where it's at. They're going to have to take profits on those longs. When they do that, that's going to fuel a move to the downside. So the bias is a move to the downside over time. Okay. All right. So oil, what do we got? We can see that they've been offloading some of their long positions when they reached up to 379,000 offloaded, which fueled a move to the downside. Besides that, there's not much else going on here. Yes, they are bullish. Yes, we can look at the coloration of the cells here. They're very green, and that signifies them being bullish. 82% of their overall exposure is geared to the long side. That's what makes it very bullish. Long positions are just above average size for longs. 79,000 is below average for shorts. So longs is absolutely the more aggressive position. I'm not looking to trade this one, but this is what it is, okay? US dollar, very interesting. We saw price rally up. They were getting a little bit aggressive with their longs. It took profits on those longs, and it fueled a move to the downside with price. And so now we have shorts also were aggressive right here. They offloaded those shorts, and it's been cooled off ever since. Coloration of the cells is telling us that there's a slight bullish bias, okay? Net positions as well is telling us that there's a slight bullish bias. But I look at the USCAD, and I look at the US dollar, Japanese yen, and I see more downside coming. So I would not look at this right now as a bullish indication and an indication to be opening up long positions, okay? So just be aware of that. We'll cover those other two pairs very shortly. Aussie US dollar. We look at the Aussie US dollar. What do we see? They were aggressive somewhat with long positions just recently, and we tracked that here with the clouds on price action. It rallied up, and now they're starting to close off those longs, which is fueling a move to the downside. And at the same time, they're starting to accumulate a little bit of an aggressive short position. Remember they reached that just recently throughout here? Yeah. This is right back here, shorts, and then they closed off their shorts, which fueled the move to the upside. At the end of the day, we still have a massive area of demand in play. So we are watching to see how this is going to play out for now. Okay, but a little bit of upside, a little bit of downside, nothing very clear here just yet. USCAD, I want you to zoom in and focus your attention on this. Look at long positions. Do you see what I see? Long positions are 185,000. What is the max size they've ever been? That's right. Right now is max size. This is the largest long position they've ever held, non-commercials, on USCAD. So this is where price action is right now. They were aggressive with longs here. They took some profits. Price dropped. Now they're super aggressive with longs. What's likely going to happen, you know, when we look at gold and we were looking at the bias, whether pressure is more to the upside or pressure is more to the downside. Clearly, the winner is downside pressure here. Okay, so I'd be looking for setups to short the USCAD, right? US Swiss short positions have been very cooled off for a long time, since April, in fact. March, April, that's this area here. So shorts have not been the focus on, have not been their focus for this amount of time. We look at longs, yeah, nothing really aggressive happening there. Bullish bias, yes, there's a bullish bias. It's been bullish for quite some time, but I don't see anything that's sustainable here just yet. All right, Euro US dollar. Retail traders reached a maximum maximum short position as price was rallying up throughout here. They reached a huge short position. I told everybody, and including members, that they were going to offload those shorts for long, and that was going to fuel a move to the downside. And we sure did get that move to the downside. Our first target on a short trade that we shared with members has already been contacted. So now I'm looking at retail sentiment, or I'm looking at the sentiment of the banks. And what do I see? It's pretty much neutral. You look at the coloration of the cells, it's very much neutral. And if you look at net positions, what do you see? They used to be aggressive with longs, right? And then starting around April, it became topsy-turvy. Sometimes bullish, sometimes bearish, back and forth, nothing direct. And look, price action is just sitting in a range right now. So just be mindful of that going forward, that there isn't an aggressive sentiment right now with respect to the positions that the banks are holding. So just be careful if you're trading this one right now. Pound US dollar, look at long positions, 188, that's maximum size. Maximum size. So what direction is likely going to take place? Well, profit taking on longs usually fuels a move to the downside. So we have a bias of price moving lower. Okay, 80%, pretty aggressive. Bullish bias, yes, and they got there pretty quickly. If you take a look at how quick they got so aggressive, it's just a matter of May, June, July, 2 months, and they acquired such a massive position. Let's go over to US dollar, Japanese yen. What did I tell you? They're going to take profits on longs. They reached highs of 223. Maximum size was 237. Told you they were going to have to close out some of their positions. And look what we have here. From the highs, big drop in price. This is profit taking on long positions. Okay? This is what we were warning you about, what we were telling you about. And look where it took place from. Institutional supply area. Right here. Okay? Perfectly timed. The first sell-off was here. Second sell-off here. Okay? First sell-off. Second sell-off. All right. So now you're seeing the sell-off. Prices dropping. And can definitely continue lower. Let's go over to the New Zealand US dollar. They were aggressive with long positions reaching 45,000. Maximum size was 47. What they do, they sold off on those long positions, and look at the drop that we got. Okay, this is what we talk about all the time. You got to combine supply and demand, institutional positioning, then you look at the retail sentiment, you look at the media, and it all tells a story. We were watching for a sell-off in long positions, expecting price to drop, and lo and behold, we get price dropping. Just wonderful, isn't it? Well, if you want to learn more, you want to get the setups, the trade signals that we share only with members, come and join us, www.whiteoakfx.com. We'd love to have you. Take care. Hope we see you again. Take care. Bye.